Hey everyone, Mr. Sujano here. In this video, we're talking about Nintendo Switch, ROM hacking, and more. Let's get started. Alright, we'll kick things off here talking about Nintendo Switch emulation on Android with Yuzu, and the early access version of Yuzu just got a brand new update. Now, it's worth pointing out that Yuzu is being very actively developed. Rapid development is what the developers have said, so expect changes left, right, and center. Anyways, they've added in a new option to import and export saves, and if you were using Skyline, as far as I know, you can actually import those save files. It fixes virtual amiibos, fixes various crashes, and various improvements have been made to the user interface. As of today's video, these changes are exclusive to the early access version, but give them a bit of time here to test things out, and before you know it, they'll be rolled over to the mainline version. And speaking about the mainline version, some people have been having trouble locating this emulator, so I'll leave a link to it directly to the Google Play Store in the description below. Interestingly enough, and unfortunately, and I really hope this is trolling and not serious here, but it happens from time to time, this person believes they've renamed Yuzu to Damon's Switch. And I responded, no, they definitely did not. So just as an FYI, Damon's Switch and Yuzu are two completely different apps on the Google Play Store, although I can see the confusion here considering Damon's Switch flat out stole the Yuzu logo. They are extremely similar, along with some of Damon's Switch's source code because they also stole some of that from Yuzu. And EggNS, which is the other Switch emulator on Android, interestingly enough has some Yuzu source code in it as well. So you could almost argue that there are 4 different versions of Yuzu on the Play Store: EggNS, Damon's Switch, Yuzu Emulator, and Yuzu Emulator Early Access. In terms of which ones I recommend, obviously Yuzu Emulator Early Access and Yuzu Emulator are the only two. I would completely avoid Damon's Switch and EggNS Emulator at all costs, but that's just me. Anyways, moving on, and next up we're talking about Final Fantasy IX, and this one has been heavy in the news recently because of remake rumors. Anyways, here Final Fantasy IX 2 has just released. It's a brand new update to this ROM hack, and it adds in a whole bunch of new stuff like new encounters, temporary characters to recruit along the way, new summons, and more. If you are curious about this one and wanted to learn more, I'll drop a link to the ROM hacking site in the description below and feel free to check it out. As of this video, version 1.1 is the latest update. Moving on, and we're still talking about ROM hacking, and this one is a little bit unusual, but I'd argue a little bit cool. Anyways, here someone made a ROM hack of Pokemon Yellow. They're calling it Cramorant Edition. It's their very first ROM hack, and I'd say the results turned out pretty good. So based on the title of this game, you've probably already guessed that Pikachu has been replaced with Cramorant, and yes, Cramorant follows you around. On top of that, there's a whole bunch of additional features here. I guess there's 154 Pokemon in total, and all of them are obtainable in-game without the need for trading or glitches, and I guess that's a great thing. There are a lot of things here that have been added to this ROM hack, and I do recommend checking it out and reading up on it. I'll drop a link to it in the description below. And last up here, we're talking about Ubuntu, or Ubuntu, or subscribe to Mr. Sujano, depending on how you want to pronounce it. Anyways, they've got a very interesting article that I will drop a link to in the description below. It's called Ubuntu Core as an Immutable Linux Desktop Base. In my opinion, Canonical is going in a very interesting direction here. I mean, they're preferring snaps and already ditching Flatpaks. And with this, bringing a fully containerized platform for IoT and maybe even beyond that. Now, fortunately, they provided a whole bunch of details as to how they arrived at this, as well as the pros and cons that they see. At a high level here from the immutable operating system standpoint, it's basically read-only, so the main operating system cannot be directly modified by users or applications. It's really locked down, which I guess is great for security, not so much for flexibility. The applications here are also isolated. They don't really talk to each other or the core operating system. And they say here for the atomic updates, updates are applied all at once or not at all. If something fails, nothing is applied. Truthfully, I'm kind of curious to see where this one goes and if it changes Ubuntu as we know it and changes some Ubuntu-based distributions as we know it. If you have any opinions about this one, let me know in the comments below. But anyways, that is all I've got for you in this one. Straight to the point, all stuff and no fluff. We talked about a bunch today. Let me know your thoughts about absolutely any of it in the comments below. If you liked this video, leave a like. If you didn't like this video, leave a like. Hit that subscribe button, check out my other videos. Don't tempt fate, save your state.